Okay, we are live. My name is Jeffrey Epstein, and we are here to make the show. Today, you can find out what it's about. You just watching. So you play a video, Anna.
Imitation is indeed the sincerest form of flattery, but narcissistic imitation is not that sincere.
Meghan Markle accused of copying from Diana's playbook.
Oh my goodness, from the stories of wearing Diana's perfume on their first date to, being seen in photographs mimicking her every move to reportedly even in Spare channeling Diana and putting her hands on stones.
Meghan Markle's obsession with Prince Harry's mother is borderline creepy.
Very quiet. Very quiet. Quiet on set.
Princess Diana and Meghan Markle both spent time at Northwestern University in Chicago.
About to go to Argentina, which I'm very happy with, and hope very much to continue the good relationship that's now been adapted between the two countries. I hope I can be of help there.
What did you study at college?
I double majored theater and international relations, and then I went and worked for the U.S. Embassy for a bit.
Where?
In Argentina.
Princess Diana's bodyguard was fired for becoming too close to her. Ken Worth said, the bodyguard was a shoulder to cry on for Diana.
One of our security guards.
I just collapsed in his arms crying.
Meghan Markle caused such a stir by shutting her own car door. But of course, she wasn't the first royal woman to do it. Meghan Markle shut a black car door, wearing a black dress and holding a clutch exactly the way Princess Diana did it.
Prince Harry draws parallels between recent car chase and Mother Princess Diana's death.
Vogue notes the striking similarities between Princess Diana and Meghan Markle's tell-all interviews.
No one sat me down with a piece of paper and said, this is what's expected of you.
There's no class on how to be royal.
Just like Princess Diana, Meghan Markle says Australian trip changed everything.
Going around Australia.
After we had gotten back from our Australia tour, which was about when things really started to turn.
So are you saying that there were hints of jealousy?
With the media attention came a lot of jealousy. I felt compelled to perform. Well, when I say perform, I was compelled to go out and do my engagements.
We were doing our job. Our job was to be on and to smile.
Visits abroad being blocks.
Of my passport, all that gets turned over.
And then when we were married, they said it would go quietly, and it didn't. And I believed him stupidly.
I believed that, and I regret believing that.
Well, anything good I ever did, nobody ever said a thing. Never said, well done, or was it okay?
I guess I had felt that it never occurred to anyone that I wasn't okay.
It was isolating.
Because right now, I could not feel lonelier.
And Diana's mentally imbalanced.
I am concerned for my mental welfare.
I was crying out for help.
I needed to go somewhere to get help.
I didn't like myself. I was ashamed.
I was really ashamed to say it at the time.
Meghan's emotional revelation that she struggles with idle thoughts mirrors what Di confessed to the world.
So I'm looking at this lady, and I'm like thinking, like, is this lady a Jew? And then I look it up, and she's Jewish. Did you guys know this?
Yeah, and she's a Hollywood actress on the series Suits.
Yeah, that's highly strange. Yeah.
And her father was like the one that produced her and shit, so it's all very, very, very odd.
Yeah, because they said it was an interfaith marriage. So I'm like, wow, that's...
Yeah, for the royal family, right? Because they have a strong Anglican tradition, all the...
Right, they should, right? Yeah.
Ago. Were you thinking of harming yourself? Were you suicidal thoughts?
Yes, I did.
Yes. And just like Meghan, the princess said, the royal family did nothing to help her.
How did you cope with that?
Well, so there were lots of tears.
And every single day I was coming back from work from London, I was coming back to my wife crying. Was this completely out of character for you?
Yes, very much so.
And this is not who I am.
Because I am a very strong person.
I'm supposed to be stronger than that.
Well, there were three of us.
Just the three of us.
I'm very protective about my friends.
One of the people that I reached out to, who's continued to be a friend and confidant, was one of my husband's mom's best friends, one of Diana's best friends.
I wait my husband's decision of which way we are all going to go.
And you made a decision that certainly saved my life.
And here was a fairy story that everybody wanted to work.
Yeah, greater than any fairy tale you've ever read.
Meghan's eye makeup for Oprah interview is so very Diana. Meghan also wore black for the interview like Princess Diana did.
Royal etiquette states black is reserved for periods of mourning. Otherwise, royals are barred from wearing all black ensembles, but the Duchess of Sussex has made it her go-to color, just like Princess Diana did.
Princess Diana used to wear a Cartier French tank watch. I've always coveted the Cartier French tank watch, Markle told Hello magazine in 2015, a whole year before she even met Prince Harry. Grazia has proof that Meghan's unofficial stylist is taking style advice from Princess Diana. Meghan Markle's wedding reception dress drew comparisons to a dress Princess Diana wore to a gala.
Meghan Markle's actual wedding dress copied a major element from the Queen's coronation dress. The Queen's dress was custom made for her.
Her Majesty the Queen was very pleased with it, but she made one suggestion. The embroidered motifs should include not just those of the British Isles, but also of the realms of Commonwealth countries.
Meghan's wedding veil also had similar flower details on it.
Each flower represents one of the 53 nations of the Commonwealth.
And I'd originally said to Claire Waite-Keller, the designer, how can we incorporate that? Would it be the state flower, country flower?
Meghan's entire wedding dress looked very similar to Princess Angela of Liechtenstein. According to Royal Central, in January 2000, Angela Gisela Brown became the first person of African heritage to marry into a ruling European family. Meghan Markle's dress at first wedding was remarkably similar to Kate's gown. Meghan's style gets compared to Kate's sometimes. As a couple as well, Harry and Meghan are compared to William and Kate quite a bit. However, the couple Harry and Meghan get compared to the most are King Edward and Wallis Simpson.
King Edward was Queen Elizabeth's uncle.
A common theme surrounding Wallis and Meghan is that both men chose their wives in love over duty. Notably, both royal couples used the media to air their grievances and partook in interviews that were detrimental to their situations. Just like with Meghan, it has been said that Simpson had always been accused of causing the downfall of her husband. Meghan's nod to Wallis Simpson on wedding day irked royal fans. Meghan's wedding day car happened to be the same vehicle used to transport Wallis Simpson to the funeral of her husband. Prince Philip himself once compared Meghan Markle to Wallis Simpson. The two women have a surprising amount in common. Both American women changed British royal history by marrying Prince Harry and King Edward VIII, causing rifts with William and King George. Both being American divorcees who met their British princes aged 34, and both becoming American duchesses on marrying into the royal family. Both
Yeah, by the way, I could be wrong about this, but King Edward VIII is actually a descendant of the Rothschild family. Saxe Coburg Gotha.
Oh shit.
So it's like it came from, that line, and now it's going there. It's interesting.
And Meghan Markle wore nearly identical look to Wallis Simpson's 1951 outfit. Meghan also wore a nearly identical look to Michelle Obama's outfit. Meghan Markle accused of copying Obama's again with 40 by 40 program after Obama's 60 for 60 donation push. Obama's reportedly irritated by Harry and Meghan copying what they do. They can see through her.
3 countries in the world report that they don't offer paid maternity leave, and the United States is one of them.
The U.S. is one of only 6 countries in the entire world that doesn't offer any form of national paid leave.
Don't have to choose between looking after their kids and doing what they need to do it.
Or that you have to choose between your family and putting food on the table.
And as the father of 2.
And now be a mother of 2.
It doesn't make any sense.
Just didn't make sense. My husband has always said, with great privilege comes great responsibility.
Meghan Markle sparks fury for stealing ex-FOTUS Eleanor Roosevelt's speech. Meghan said, "It isn't enough to talk about equality.
One must believe in it, and it isn't enough to simply believe in it. One must work at it."
Meghan Markle has also been accused of copying ideas from Netflix's Social Dilemma during her latest virtual summit.
People who are addicted to drugs are called users, and people who are on social media are called users.
This quote appeared in the Social Dilemma.
There are only 2 industries that call their customers users: illegal drugs and software.
In 1995, a song was released which had the lyrics, "A girl without freckles is like a night without stars." Thomas Markle said to Meghan, "A face without freckles is a night without stars." And Meghan Markle copyrighted that quote her dad said about her freckles when she was 14. The copyright was registered by Meghan in 1996. A Quora user asks, did Meghan Markle commit plagiarism by using lyrics from a song in her earlier book, "A face without freckles is a night without stars"?
A face without freckles is a night without stars. That was my self-illustration. You do that? Yes!
The line supposedly comes from an Irish proverb.
The poem that Meghan claimed she wrote about having to live in 2 homes after her parents' divorce bears similarities to quite a few children's books.
Meghan published many quotes on her TIG blog without attributing them to anyone. According to Tina Brown in the Palace Papers, Meghan wanted her lifestyle blog TIG to become the next Goop.
Your own little mini Goop. Yeah, I get in many ways. Yeah, I mean, it's similar.
Meghan Markle wanted to be the next Gwyneth Paltrow before meeting Prince Harry. Meghan appeared to be trying really hard to brand herself as Miss TIG.
The namesake for it was, after this glass of wine, it's a type of wine called Tignanello.
Lady Kessa asks on Reddit, "I've been wondering why is it the TIG? Is there an explanation for that?" Sidebreeder says, "It's named after Harry's nanny." I am not playing either. This woman stalked him for a long time. Ready Engineering 104 also says, I believe she named it after Harry's childhood nanny, Tiggy. It's a subliminal tug at his heartstrings. She probably spent more time researching a fancy excuse for the name than she did creating the website. The wife had Harry in her crosshairs for a long time.
Harry's old nanny and Harry's new nanny.
As Harry's nanny, Tiggy may have read children's stories to Harry. When Meghan Markle did a reading of her children's book, she was dressed nearly identical to Harry's nanny.
As for Meghan's children's book, some people tweeted that the book bore suspicious similarities to another book, The Boy on the Bench by Corinne Avaris. Page 6 reported, both books feature illustrations of a father and son dynamic.
Many of Meghan's stories seem to parallel other stories. There's a story of Boy Jones who stole Queen Victoria's underwear. But of course, Meghan had a similar outrageous encounter with a boy trying to steal her underwear. Many people have commented on Meghan's car crawling story being a ripoff of a Catherine Zeta-Jones's car advert.
And the thing about her car, none of that is true, says Thomas Markle.
Like you were thrown out to the wolves. I wasn't just being thrown to the wolves, I was being fed to the wolves.
Meghan Markle speaks of being fed to the wolves, but the reality is, she is the wolf, a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Meghan Markle has been compared to Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
I am pretty similar to Rachel in our level of ambition. We are both just women who really aspire to do great things.
Was in fact a drug dealer. And when she...
And two
narcissists.
Narcissist.
Why are everyone and their mothers convinced that Meghan Markle is a narcissist? H.G. Tudor reckons that both of Meghan's parents are narcissists.
That both of them are narcissists, albeit of different types.
My parents split up when I was around 2-3 years old, and I always wanted this sort of cookie cutter looking perfect life.
Meghan wrote a poem about it.
When you have one kid, it's a hobby, and 2 children is parenting. When you have one kid, it's a hobby, and 2 children is parenting.
Doria, when she met Meghan's father, was in fact a drug dealer. And one of the reasons that Thomas and Doria broke up was not only her very, very heavy drug use, but also she was selling it.
Doria is more of the neglectful type, focused upon her own hedonistic pursuits.
And then, of course, she disappears for 10 years from Meghan's life, effectively. Legally, I can't tell you why, but there's no doubt that drugs played a big part in her life.
You know, my dad would snort, cocaine.
Meghan Markle's dad Thomas took drugs while raising teenage daughter.
Markle says he worked 15 to 16 hours a day.
Redditor British Pudding commented, she was practically living on her own and caring for herself with an addict occasionally dropping by.
I was alone so much as a child, right? And also a latchkey kid.
Meghan lived with me from the 6th grade to high school.
And this is where Meghan Markle gets all her narcissistic traits, because you can see when he says, why not? She was born a princess.
My daughter's been a princess since the day she was born.
That's Meghan pretending to be the queen and ordering people around. A commenter says, when I first watched this, I was like, oh cute. Some girls played princess before, but then now, I've realized that it was at her friend's birthday party that she practically took over. I'm like, so this is how a narcissist grows up.
So the rampant egotism was very apparent even when she was a child.
Determined.
He was determined to spoil Meghan rotten, which is what he admitted he did.
He had paid every penny for every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, month, year of her education and life.
Did Thomas Markle make Meghan feel indebted to him?
Thank you for everything.
One of the good things that Thomas Markle did in the past, and bear in mind, of course, as a narcissist himself, he wasn't doing it from a position of emotional empathy, he was doing it in order to control his daughter.
Meghan owes me. I should be rewarded for.
Meghan owes Thomas Markle nothing. Fathers don't own their daughters, says Yasmin Alibai Brown.
Thomas had a Hollywood vision for Meghan.
I knew from the day she was born she was going to eventually be doing that.
And prepped her for show business from a very young age.
Are your parents in show business?
My dad is a DP. Yes, he was the lighting director.
This girl grew up on the set of Married with Children because of her dad. So every day after school for 10 years, that's where I grew up. I was there, which is a really odd place for a little girl to grow up.
It's a very perverse place for a little girl who went to Catholic school, no less, to grow up.
Despite that, Thomas seemed keen on making Meghan famous.
Meghan watched an advert for Ivory Clear dish soap.
In the commercial, they said women are battling grease, meaning only women do dishes.
And whatever it was in me at 11 years old, it sparked this frustration and this desire for change. And I went home and I said to my dad, this is crazy and this can't, I have to do something. And he said, why don't you write some letters?
Benjamin Perez says that her entire class did this letter writing assignment. However, she was the only one whose Hollywood dad filmed her and her letter writing as if she were the only one.
The company actually changed the commercial to say people. People are fighting greasy pots and pans with Ivory Clear.
He likely let 11-year-old Meghan believe it was all because of her letter.
It was at that moment that I realized the magnitude of my actions.
Thomas Markle said, I made her the Duchess she is today. Everything that Meghan is, I made her. She became the woman that she is today thanks to everything I did for her.
So it's ironic when the people who disapprove of Meghan's narcissism are Team Thomas Markle.
Meghan Markle's achievements became Thomas Markle's achievements.
I am pretty similar to Rachel in our level of ambition. We are both just women who really aspire to do great things.
Unorthodox nuns taught Meghan Markle in a rather feminist school.
And this feminist ideology trickled down into nearly every aspect of my education. It's probably safe to say into every aspect of my life. This message to me and my classmates was clear. Our futures as young women were limitless. Ambition? Well, that was the whole point.
You used the word ambition just now.
Oh,
And
it's a trigger word.
what? No.
The notion of ambition comes with many judgments and nuances, especially for women.
Women's ambitions are supported very firmly now in our culture from a very young age.
Why is it culturally we are equipping girls and women to think that if you are ambitious, there's something negative about that? Whereas if a boy is described that way, or if a man certainly is described as ambitious, that's an incredibly positive thing culturally.
Tales of your incompetence do not interest me.
The girl boss culture is quite prevalent right now.
Girl boss. Girl boss. And just in terms of if a man is ambitious, for example, that is so celebrated.
Typically, men chase beauty, women money when picking a mate.
This might be especially true in Meghan's case. She seems to have financially and professionally gained from men all her life.
Is Meghan Markle the most successful social climber ever?
She's what I would call a ruthless social climber, who just when people are no longer, no longer appropriate parts of her circle, they have to be expunged quickly so she can move on up the ladder.
Meghan has aimed for the narcissist trifecta: actors, royals, and politicians.
Phase 1. Hollywood.
Meghan has had Hollywood aspirations since childhood. She acted in school plays. Her father was able to get her small roles on the shows he worked on.
I'm struggling as an auditioning actor.
Along came Trevor Engelson, a talent manager and founder of production company Underground. Following the beginning of Meghan's relationship with Engelson, roles in CSI and Deal or No Deal emerged.
Meghan seemed to be taking on just about any acting role she could get. Meghan Markle nagged her ex-husband to get her bigger roles on TV. Meghan's life changed after earning her breakout role as Rachel Zane on Suits. She then moved to Toronto.
The Hollywood couple lasting only 2 years. The divorce so abrupt the California native sent her ring back through the mail.
After Trevor Engelson was deemed surplus to requirements, Meghan moved
Did you
on
see
to
that?
celebrity Canadian chef.
They're at an ADL event. It's so weird.
Oh shit.
Yeah, look at that. It's an event for the Anti-Defamation League. Before she even before she was even famous, right?
Right. Right, but there's a string of boyfriends before this even that they haven't covered. And maybe kind of salacious roles and stuff that she was taking on that they're not talking about, but yeah, it's she's been around the seedy types from the beginning.
The divorce so abrupt the California native sent her ring back through the mail.
After Trevor Engelson was deemed surplus to requirements, Meghan moved on to dating celebrity Canadian chef Corey Vitiello in 2014. Vitiello, the owner of trendy Toronto eatery The Harbord Room, opened doors to a higher class of society for Meghan. This social circle included the global membership director of elite private club Soho House, Marcus Anderson.
So that Soho House is associated with all a plethora of Hollywood actors that they produce. So it's an elite private club. They have spots all over the world, but they're there's you have to get in through a producer.
Yeah.
And it's all actors and producers in there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like something about these two dudes seems like, you know, like these two dudes, they look like they fuck other dudes for sure. I mean,
Absolutely, yeah.
kind of look. They have that look.
Included the global membership director of elite private club Soho House, Marcus Anderson.
Meghan started forming connections with big names like Priyanka Chopra and Serena Williams, but Meghan still hadn't reached A-list actress status. A Redditor on St. Meghan Markle says, "I can't believe how terrible Meghan is at acting. She's completely incapable of imitating real human emotions. She can't even pretend to be empathic. Meghan's eyes are creepily empty, which is a cardinal sin in acting."
So many different parts that I was devastated when I didn't book them, or when they were roles that just ended up floundering and ended up on the cutting room floor, or, I mean, disasters.
So, Meghan had to come up with a bigger and better plan to get rich and famous.
Phase 2. Monarchy.
Brian Cox claims Meghan Markle had ambitions of marrying into royal family.
She'd always had an interest in the royal family.
The chances of meeting the Queen are pretty slim.
Oh, the irony. That's a 15-year-old Meghan Markle on a bus tour in London in 1996.
Meghan made UK hustle trips.
And she wanted to find a boyfriend. You know, she loved England, wanted to be in the UK, wanted to be made in Chelsea.
And you were a stepping stone.
And I helped. And I introduced her to a few.
Meghan was on a manhunt. She was looking for a husband and an English husband. And Harry was available.
Thus began her steady social climb towards Prince Harry.
Meghan Markle went into full Diana mode.
Meghan Markle edited her Wikipedia to seem humanitarian amid Harry dating.
Africa has always been special to Harry. Meghan visited Africa as the World Vision Ambassador the year she met Harry.
Meghan began making friends with people who were either directly or indirectly connected to Prince Harry.
Marcus Anderson was a key player in Meghan's social networking endeavor.
He knows everyone. He's utterly discreet.
Soon enough, Meghan was being...
So Anderson's a big player in that Soho Club. And he knows, so he's a producer and like produces, but also like behind the scenes knows a lot of actors, produces them, etc., etc.
Spotted with Anderson's friends like Eddie Redmayne, Harry's schoolmate.
Marcus also apparently introduced Meghan to her future BFFs Jessica Mulroney and Misha Nunu. Misha and Eugenie are also friends, with Eugenie often seen at her fashion shows over the years. Princess Eugenie is Prince Harry's cousin. Meghan's name was also associated with Eugenie's father.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
Meghan was spotted on a yacht with Corinna Schuliak.
Yacht party! Yacht party!
Meghan also frequented Soho House where she apparently met Harry.
Just as with Trevor Engelson before him, Corey Vitiello quickly became surplus to requirements. Just as with Trevor Engelson before...
Meghan also...
Wait. And then... it's weird. Apparently they had sex there in the Soho Club, one of their places, one of their houses in all over the world, in London. And Prince Harry writes about it apparently in a book and shit. Like, it's all so weird. It's like, oh, well, she booked a room under her name and it was like nobody knew we were there and we were all alone and this and that.
Frequented Soho House where she apparently met Harry.
Just as with Trevor Engelson before him, Corey Vitiello quickly became surplus to requirements.
Meghan's friends said she changed when things started getting serious with Harry.
Meghan's mother was the only family member present at Meghan's wedding, yet Meghan Markle reportedly invited celebrities she barely knew to her royal wedding. Meghan's A-list guest list included the Clooneys, Oprah, the Beckhams, Serena Williams, Priyanka Chopra, and Idris Elba.
Meghan Markle's star was on the rise. Prince Harry and Meghan were representatives of the Queen at many engagements.
But Meghan Markle didn't do the work it takes to be a royal.
It is the life of service. That is why she didn't fit into the royal family. It's all about me. How can I monetize the next thing?
Meghan and Harry make strategic move to keep wealthy friends on their side.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry found their Canadian hideaway thanks to Catherine McPhee and David Foster. Harry and Meghan also stayed in Tyler Perry's home after moving to Los Angeles. Tyler Perry is Hollywood's newest billionaire.
Meghan then moved to Montecito near many other millionaires and billionaires like Ellen DeGeneres and Oprah, who Meghan befriended and landed interviews with. Meghan Markle worked side hustles. Now she's the first gig economy royal.
She even made Prince Harry hustle to get her a Disney voiceover gig. Fans spot Beyonce cringing as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle pitch for Disney job.
I don't ever remember personally feeling the negative connotation behind the word ambitious until I started dating my now husband. And apparently ambition is a terrible, terrible thing for a woman, that is, according to some.
This coming from a woman whose grandmother-in-law was an actual queen and so beloved at that. Clearly, being an ambitious woman was not the issue here.
The misconception that if you're an ambitious woman, you have an agenda. You must be calculating, or you're selfish, or aggressive, or a climber.
Meghan is trying to convert terms like social climber, attention-seeking, and self-serving into the term ambition. Meghan's critics were not really referring to ambition. When they called her a manipulative opportunist, that's exactly what they meant.
See a pair of people earning a ton of money purely by trading off trashing their family and trashing the institution of the monarchy, which afforded them their royal titles, which make them money.
Meghan's also making money in the name of charity, which leaves fans seething.
One of the first career moves Harry and Meghan made after leaving the royal family was to launch the Archewell Foundation. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle work only 1 hour a week for Archewell charity, according to tax docs.
Archewell didn't deliver.
Sussexes inked a 3-year, $25 million deal with audio company, but produced just one series of content.
What are you
They're stepping on the Kardashians of being famous for doing nothing.
Spotify executive Bill Simmons roasted Meghan and Harry.
The grifters. That's the podcast we should have launched with them. Of course, they've lost their $20 million Spotify deal because they only produced one rubbish podcast series, which was so boring.
Meghan Markle branded talentless by Hollywood agent after Spotify axe.
Their business ambitions, their show business dreams have turned into a nightmare.
We know that Meghan has either two aspirations. She, one, wants to get either back into the world of celebrity, or two, she's got her eye on a run for office.
Yeah.
She wants to apparently become president.
Phase 3. Politics. Narcissists are more likely to be involved in politics, study says.
We know Meghan has ambitions. There's been rumors about her political ambitions.
If I wasn't acting, I would most likely be working in politics.
What are you most proud of?
Being the UN advocate for women's political participation. UN Women's Advocate for political participation and leadership. This is the most important election of our lifetime.
You're a smarty McSmarty in politics.
Oh, well, thank you.
Meghan Markle and Harry hire Michelle Obama's press chief and pay her nearly £90,000. Her biographer, Omid Scobie, also previously claimed that the former actress has her eyes set on the U.S. presidency.
Meghan Markle trampled on others to get to the top like a politician, her biographer has claimed.
She's capable of anything.
Initially, Harry and Meghan's union was celebrated by the public.
And then
Everything changed.
And then
Everything changed.
Meghan seems to have moved from the nation's heroine to the nation's villain.
Within 2 years, the entire world seemingly turned against Meghan Markle. These are the events that led to it.
Many people have called Meghan Markle Princess Pinocchio.
Yeah, you can see clearly Meghan touching her nose. You can see this.
Damn!
that he and I were very aligned.
Yo, they were a bit on the nose with that one, wouldn't you say? Wow.
Yeah, with
And,
the cartoon.
like what?
Where's the cartoon at?
Within 2 years, the
They
entire
said she got a
world
big
seemed
nose.
Meghan Markle. These are the events that led to it.
Wait, there.
Many
There.
Yikes. How did they not get accused of anti-Semitism? This is amazing.
This one right here.
This is incredible. How did these Jewish newspapers or Jewish owned services not get accused of anti-Semitism for doing this? This is incredible. Wow. Oh, where was the ADL on this one? Looked like they totally dropped the ball. Pretty weird. So, I mean, she was at their event, so it seemed like they could have quickly responded to this.
They could have helped the sister out.
Right, like
people have called Meghan Markle Princess Pinocchio.
Yeah, you can see clearly Meghan touching her nose. You can see this here, biology doesn't lie.
That he and I were very aligned on all of our cause-driven work. That was part of our initial connection. Eugenie and I had known each other before I had known Harry. I was thinking about it, even our wedding.
And that was the thing, we were like childlike together.
It's lie upon lie upon lie.
If people want to believe Meghan Markle, that's entirely their right. I don't believe almost anything that comes out of her mouth.
Meghan Markle omits dad from new origin story about mom juggling to raise her.
We had a nice network of women who really helped me raise Meg.
Meghan Markle said in her letter to Congress that she grew up on the $4.99 salad bar at Sizzler. Meghan Markle's dad slams her claims she grew up on salads at a budget restaurant. Meghan herself Instagrammed in 2013 that she used to have lunch with her dad at Musso and Frank Grill after every tap and ballet class. The restaurant happens to be an iconic Hollywood landmark.
I think she sold Harry a sad story, a poor girl story. She had to keep the bus out of it because it's not a true story.
Was through scholarships, financial aid programs, and work study, where my earnings from a job on campus went directly towards my tuition, that I was able to attend university.
She never had to work in college. She never had any problem like that.
I studied French for 8 years, and I really wanted to relearn French. I had studied it for the 4 years in high school.
And so I had this very, very old Ford Explorer Sport, and at a certain point, the key stopped working on the driver's side, and I would open the trunk, crawl into the back of my car, hold
Yeah, I was looking at the wife of Stephen Curry, right? And she's like some kind of Asian lady or something like that. She's super pretty compared to this person.
I've met her before, by the way.
Yeah, like, is this the best that this guy could do? Like, this girl, she's really not that pretty. I mean, so I'm just wondering, like, what the big deal is with her, right? Like, why? How did she get so famous? It's like kind of weird. Cause she is kind of weird looking, isn't she? Like compared to like other girls, right?
Who are you? This is a question for Nero, probably.
Yeah, I mean, she like the tan is like fake. I mean, right? Like I don't know, like.
Well, she's supposed to be half black.
Huh.
Oh God.
She's half black and Jewish. This is weird. Yeah, it's interesting.
Debunks Meghan's car story.
And if you have a door, you don't go through the back. You go the other door on the other side. It's not open.
Baffled Ellen doesn't remember meeting Meghan Markle despite elaborate dog story.
We met, God, I don't know how many years ago. How long ago was that? A long time ago, well before I was even on Suits, I think over a decade ago maybe, right? But we met at a pet shop. And I was going there to rescue a dog, and it was right around Christmas time, and you would come in at the same time, and you just looked at me and said, "Are you getting that dog? Get that dog. You have to take that dog home."
What?
I'm getting the dog. She said in an interview.
So let me get this straight. So she went into Christmas Eve to buy a dog, and Ellen DeGeneres was there, and she told her what dog to pick. And this happened randomly. This is what she's claiming. Wow. And the lady can't remember it. That's incredible.
She was at a dog rescue, and apparently I was there, and I said, "You have to take that dog home." And because I told her to, she took it home. And I don't remember any of this.
Along with Meghan, Harry has also been called out for lying. Fans baffled as Meghan Markle and Harry appear to change story about how they met.
Yes, we first met. We were introduced actually by a mutual friend.
Yes, it was definitely a setup. It was a blind date.
It was a blind date. Snapchat.
Oh gosh, just that whole thing. It starts like dog ears.
Dog ears.
That's what he said of me.
That was the first thing. I was like, who is that?
This is ridiculous.
Because I didn't grow up knowing much about the royal family.
The Royal Highness, take one.
You obviously knew her when she was young, pictured out.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess they met at the hotel, right? So I guess that's why they want to hide it. Right? Like, he wrote about it already in a book. So.
Sure, yeah, he did, which is weird, like to write how you had sex with your wife and all that. And then there's like photos of Harry kind of like being gay as well, like kissing men and shit. So
right, he did quite a few antics. He also like dressed up in like SS uniform and like walked around and stuff.
Right.
Like did all sorts of pranks and stuff. Yeah, it was like a weird dude.
He was supposed to be like the wild, and then the other one, I think it's William, was supposed to be like the more responsible.
Right, and I think they both married chicks from America. It was like weird as hell, right?
Kate Middleton, I think she's British. Let me see. I think she's actually
Oh,
from
I thought she was from
the
America.
royal.
Yeah, I thought she was from America. I don't know why. I guess I never heard her talk.
I'm pretty sure. Let me confirm. Yeah, Reading. She was born in Reading and grew up in Bucklebury, Berkshire, England.
Oh, okay.
Born Catherine Elizabeth Middleton, Royal Berkshire Hospital, Reading, England. But I think she is already like from nobility. Some. Let me see the parents. Oh, English businesswoman. Businessman. No. So no. She's like a commoner, I guess, in that sense.
Right, I think they said something like that. So I guess that's the weird part that I meant to say. They both married commoners, and I guess
Right.
that's not usual, right, or something.
Right, and that they married like it wasn't arranged or something like that, right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And of course the sexual, profligacy. Right?
Yeah, it's blatant. And to put it out there like that, interesting.
Outside Buckingham Palace.
Who was there at Buckingham?
Quoting a friend saying she was always fascinated by the royal family. She wants to be Princess Diana 2.0.
I double majored at Northwestern, Theater and International Relations.
A Redditor asks, how did MM's degree in international studies teach her nothing about the royal family?
So I didn't do any research about what that would mean. No. I've never looked up my husband online.
But according to the authors of Finding Freedom, Meghan conducted a thorough Google search on Harry ahead of their date.
But that's your homework. You're like, let me see what they're about.
Given that I didn't know a lot about him, everything that I've learned about him, I learned through him, as opposed to having grown up around different news stories or tabloids or whatever else.
Meghan Markle's resurfaced blog post takes aim at Princess Kate and royal weddings.
In their Netflix documentary, Meghan repeatedly insists that she was single when she met Harry.
Single.
And in their engagement interview, Harry makes it a point to say that they met in London in July of 2016.
And then we met 2 dates in London last July.
Yes.
However, Tom Bower's book says that Meghan Markle was still living with her Canadian ex when she met Prince Harry.
She's got a really good job on TV on a show that I had never watched, but they tape it in Toronto. So she's up there doing her show, and the prince is up there doing something philanthropic, and they meet, but she's got a boyfriend at the time. The boyfriend is a cook. Well, honey, bye, cook.
Best way to get over one guy is to meet another.
Yeah. Royal fans spot inconsistency over Meghan Markle's first date outfit.
Somewhere in here, there's a piece of. Did you see it? The piece of blue fabric that's stitched inside. No. It's my something blue. It's fabric from my. It's still in there. Yes, we'll have to look at that. It's fabric from the dress that I wore on our first date. Oh, that's not the most romantic.
She was wearing a black sweater, jeans, heels. I knew nothing about clothes.
Can't ever wear the same color as Her Majesty, but then you also shouldn't be wearing the same color as one of the other more senior members of the family. So I was like, well, what's a color that they'll probably never wear? Camel, beige, white. I wore a lot of muted tones.
Meghan claimed to be clueless about curtsying the Queen.
Americans will understand this. We have medieval times, dinner and tournament. It was like that. Like I curtsied as though I was like.
Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
Despite what Meghan says, many American celebrities have done a good job of curtsying, and Meghan appeared quite pleased with people curtsying her.
Very well, thank you. Fantastic.
She herself curtsied on TV before.
But somehow, when she married Prince Harry, she forgot what a curtsy was and had to make a huge, huge deal of it.
And Fergie ran out and she said, "Are you ready? Do you know how to curtsy?"
Sarah Fergie Ferguson debunks Meghan Markle's curtsy claim, saying, "I haven't really met her."
You know, unlike what you see in the movies, there's no class on how to be royal.
Ted Lane Fox, who was Harry's private secretary, made such an effort to prepare Meghan. He prepared apparently a 30-point dossier with all the various aspects that she should know about.
Meghan says her engagement interview was an orchestrated reality show, but the interviewer refutes Meghan's claim. The BBC star was reportedly handpicked by Harry and Meghan themselves to do the interview.
Fans baffled as Meghan Markle and Prince Harry appear to change their proposal story.
It's a standard, typical night for us.
Cozy night. What we're doing, just roasting chicken and having.
However, their Netflix documentary says otherwise.
3 days before our wedding, we got married. No one knows that, but we called the Archbishop and we just said, look, this thing, this spectacle is for the world, but we want our union between us. The two of us in our backyard with the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Archbishop of Canterbury says Meghan Markle and Prince Harry didn't marry in secret.
Meghan Markle branded a liar for claim that her niece was barred from wedding.
We talked her through what guidance we were being given and why this assessment was made.
A royal source, however, claimed that the press team was desperate for Meghan to have more family and friends at the wedding, branding her claims about her niece as a lie.
Harry and Meghan planned Megxit before lavish wedding and taxpayer-funded £2.4 million home makeover.
Meghan Markle clue proves she was never planning to move to the UK permanently. Duchess Meghan never moved her wardrobe to London.
After Megxit, Meghan did an explosive interview with Oprah where most of what she said was deemed to be untrue, exaggerated, or unprovable.
My passport, all that gets turned over.
Meghan Markle reportedly took 13 trips despite claims passport was taken away. She traveled to many places around the world as a working royal.
And then I was silent. Were you silent or were you silent? The latter.
As a working royal, Meghan reportedly made 73 public appearances and even spoke on stage several times.
Meghan also did a candid interview with Tom Bradby. Meghan Markle says she was told she couldn't get help despite having idle thoughts, but royals have seen therapists before.
Duchess Sarah Ferguson says she's been in therapy for 24 years.
And the then Prince Charles spent 14 years in psychotherapy after seeking help for disturbed Diana, but claims.
So, royal commentators have expressed doubt that Markle would have been refused help.
Especially considering the Heads Together mental health campaign, led by Prince William, Catherine, and Prince Harry, which included public discourse on the importance of mental health and well-being.
And now, we're going to keep working with you to help people have better conversations on mental health, wherever they are, and whenever they need them.
And happy World Mental Health Day.
Gareth Milner tweeted, Meghan Markle says she wasn't allowed a therapist, but Prince Harry had one on speed dial after his fight with his brother.
Prince Harry said he and Meghan left the UK because toxic press was destroying his mental health.
Harry and Meghan went off on the British media in their documentary, but they were called out for lies and misleading footage.
When Meghan complains about being hounded by paparazzi, this video is used to illustrate her points. But it turns out the footage is actually of photographers pursuing Donald Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen. Now, this photo claiming to show a threatening paparazzi. Turns out that photo is actually from the London premiere of Harry Potter in 2011.
What? As in, that's not from.
No, hang on, that's in their doco.
Yeah,
That's
in their
in their
doco.
doco,
The
as
trailer
if
for
they
their
were all
doco.
taking photos of them.
That's at the Harry Potter premiere that neither of them were at.
Oh my.
The Netflix thing. They were sitting in the front of a car and my sister was like looking around and said, "Do you have that pap on the scooter?" And Harry said, "Where is he?" And then there was a camera shot through the car. And there was like one guy on a bike. He didn't have a camera. There was nobody else around. But they were supposed to be in a heightened state of paranoia as if paparazzi were following them. Nobody was following them.
Harry and Meghan claimed to be in another car chase in New York City.
Car chase and New York together. How is that even possible on the busy streets of New York City?
The New York mayor, too, doubted the series of events.
I would find it hard to believe that there was a 2-hour high-speed chase. That would be, I find it hard to believe.
I think people in New York know if it was possible to have car chases. In New York, we'd all make it to the theater on time.
It seemed to remind me like this repeated invocation of the Diana tragedy. It seems like it's their golden ticket.
And by the way, the cab driver who took them on the last part of their high-speed chase said the following.
And what do you think about the description of this, the near catastrophic event?
Oh, I don't think that's true. I think that's all, exaggerated and stuff like that. So don't read too much into that.
Black Lives Matter organizer says Harry and Meghan have proven themselves to be liars.
Okay, so what I will say is I will happily and humbly accept the
An
defeat.
English Black Lives Matter person? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I never heard of that before.
Piers Morgan, I didn't know that these English fellows were so racist.
Here. 1 sec. I gotta stop screen and then start again. 1 sec. But
Yeah. Yeah, they got like an area over there called like, I don't know if they still have it, but it's like they used to have like a hood, like where black people live, and they're all like people from like West Indies, and it's like, like where they just like keep all these people from West Indies, and yeah, it's like a ghetto or whatever. So they have the equivalent of what they have in America with like poor black people all living in one spot.
Nice.
Meghan Markle is.
Here. Sorry, I guess I'm.
Try to share the screen because it's not
Yeah, just
showing up on my thing.
Meghan Markle.
Sorry. I think it should be showing up now.
Yep.
Meghan Markle is shockingly sleazy and always has been.
I grew up on the set of Married with Children every day after school for 10 years. I was there.
Wow.
I know. It's a very perverse place for a little girl who went to Catholic school, no less, to grow up because I'm there in my school uniform.
Oh, that's really interesting, actually. So wait, why was she on the set of Married with Children? That's pretty weird.
Because her dad was director of lighting or director of photography, one or the other.
Really? That's very interesting. That's actually a huge psyop show, I think. Like, yeah, huge psyop show.
Yeah, like that's weird. Like that's because of like what that like how that shows a psyop against marriage or whatever. And I guess me and Neuro
and white people, and also Chicago. It's like about Chicago, white people, sleaze. Like it's basically like Save Sleazy before Save Sleazy. It's like I'm just like a sleazy guy, and
Well, there's prawn stars that go on that show, right?
Yeah, it was basically like the Jerry Springer of like sitcom. Essentially, it was very strange, very strange show. Honestly, I enjoyed it quite a lot. I mean, it made me laugh a lot, but it's like it's like an evil show, like for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
She was exposed to perverse Hollywood ways since childhood.
The guest stars would be.
Yeah, but part of the joke on that show, right, is that the wife is kind of like floozy and she's really stupid. The husband doesn't appreciate her either intellectually or sexually, right? And then one of the kids, right? They have a boy who's kind of like a criminal, right? And then they have a girl who's basically like a whore, right? And it's like they can't control them, right? So it's like this man, he's unsatisfied in his marriage. It's like. So it's just weird for her to be on the set for that show because it's like what it represents and how marriage is such a significant role for her, right? It's like the centerpiece of her entire
life,
social sphere.
Yeah, she's married up, and then like divorced and married. It's like the age-old, whatever, quote unquote archetype of that. Who's that? It's a Snow White evil lady. Can't remember. The evil witch in Snow White.
Oh, actually, I got something for you guys on that. Hold on 1 second here. Let me see if I can change that for you. Hold on one.
Where are you?
Moment.
Damn, that sounds like Mumbai right there.
Yeah, I'm in Mumbai right now. I was actually just talking to somebody from Gujarat or something like that. What do you think about that? Yep. I'm a very culturally seasoned person.
Nice.
Very enriched. Let me show you this. Hold on. See? Married with Children right here.
Why are you sharing screen?
No, I'm not sharing screen. It's my picture.
Oh,
this is the girl from Married with Children.
Oh, I see.
Yep. That's how I thirst trap the brown people. Just kidding. All right, let's go.
Tia Carrera, these.
Yeah,
those are some.
Yeah.
She grew up around such actresses and was perhaps inspired by them. Meghan seemed sexualized early and chased after boys.
My next guest has known Meghan long before she became the Duchess of Sussex. Joshua Silverstein was her very first boyfriend. They were both only 13.
You know, I think as she told it, she approached me.
Hi, guys. Twist me!
Clearly, Meghan had no clue what being a classy girl meant. She was easy.
So my parents were happy with the choice.
Yeah, I know it.
Meghan probably got her somatic narcissism from her mother. Very body-focused, deriving self-worth from physical appearance and sexual attractiveness. Her mother may have taught her how to control and use men, like she did her father. The type of grandiose narcissist to spoil her. His superficial love probably made her feel like a princess and an object at the same time.
I did.
Well, are your parents in show business?
My dad is a DP. Yes, he was the lighting director. My dad.
Director of photography.
My dad.
Instead of protecting her, Meghan's father prepped her for Hollywood. She used to desperately audition for any petty roles.
And then we're gonna go to my audition because they want me to dance wildly. Yeah.
Meghan got a Hollywood makeover and did a provocative photo shoot for her portfolio, signaling what sort of roles she was willing to do. She was showing full-blown somatic narcissist traits from very early on. She was all about her looks and sexuality.
Wow, you look sensational.
Thank you so
Is that one of them swanky designer dresses?
I got all dolled up for it.
Well, it's really working. You really look well.
Her CV was limited. Forgettable, hot chick.
And I got there and they were like, so you're union? I'm like, of course I'm union. Yeah, absolutely I'm union. And then I wasn't. And casting, to this day, those casting directors will never hire me. They never, I can't even remember what their names were.
You told them you're the Mike Ross of...
I was such a fraud.
Meghan finally found a Hollywood producer boyfriend to help her struggling career. But her roles only got sleazier. For instance, she played a bed-hopping, drug-snorting party girl.
Do you want to buy me a drink?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you the same question.
Meghan! Wow, you look great.
She was either the bartender or getting picked up at bars, dropping clothes or dropping down. She then became a briefcase girl on Deal or No Deal. It was better than the quote-unquote work she was doing before, yet she whinged about it after becoming a royal.
Ended up quitting the show. I was so much more than what was being objectified on the stage. I didn't like feeling forced to be all looks and little substance.
Meghan was objectifying herself more than anyone else. She was nearly naked, even on her wedding invitation, a far cry from the classy royal wedding she was later afforded. This is what she and her mother were like at her first wedding, not the demure mother and duchess-daughter duo they pretended to be later. That's Meghan at her first wedding, and that's not even the groom holding her upside down. Even after getting married, Meghan continued stripping off on screen and filming sex scenes with other men. Despite her ex-husband working in talent management, Meghan showed no real substance and no real talent to make her an A-lister. She eventually moved to Canada and got into Soho House. There, she met Marcus Anderson, and out went Trevor Engelson. Literally. This was most likely the first Instagram post by Meghan introducing her new BFF to the world. It was published in July 2013. Exactly 1 month later, Meghan divorced her husband. She got into Soho House with her childhood best friend Ninaki Pretty, and then discarded her as well once Marcus became her best friend. Meghan began distancing herself from her father too.
For a man who was terribly traduced by his daughter and quite puzzled. And what the book tells is how that descent into acrimony happened, which I don't think has been told before.
I mean, all really, the genesis is these paparazzi pictures which she
No, the genesis is long before Piers.
Is it?
Oh, much longer. When she's in Canada, she's already breaking off from him.
What changed in Canada? Marcus. Perhaps Marcus has become Meghan's daddy now. Marcus Anderson is a mysterious power player who operates behind the scenes. He was featured on Toronto's most influential people list as a high-profile party consultant, reportedly known for his uncanny knack for spotting influential people. He's a longtime right hand of Soho House CEO Nick Jones, having first worked for him as just a waiter. A Redditor commented on Marcus's surprising career trajectory, saying, "He gives me real shady vibes for some reason. It's weird he went from working as a Soho House waiter to then becoming the global membership director. That's some meteoric rise in the ranks, in my opinion." Another added, the story of his rise is not just implausible, it's impossible. Many have commented that Marcus gives off sinister vibes. He certainly seems shady and secretive, extremely private himself, yet always spotted hovering around public figures. Marcus was already friends with A-listers before Meghan came along, so why did he zone in on her when she was barely a B-lister? Did he see that she had the drive and potential to become a royal? Marcus already had a network of friends who were connected to Prince Harry. For instance, Eddie Redmayne, who was Harry's schoolmate, Misha Nonu, who's friends with Princess Eugenie, Harry's cousin, and Marcus's best friend Kat Deely, a TV presenter who knows the royals. It's widely believed that Meghan strategically formed connections with Harry's associations, but it seems like Marcus Anderson paved that path for her to get to Harry. He introduced her to the people who knew Harry. He may have also introduced her to other rich men.
5, you can pinch me, I'm real. See, oh yes.
This was Meghan less than a month after her divorce.
She talked about London. She was here all the time, she said. Sometimes she just left her luggage at Soho House for weeks. They stored it without question. The people there were like family.
Why would Soho House let her stay there all the time unless she worked there?
I thought, you're in London all the time? What brings you here so often? Friends, business. Oh, business?
What was she doing in London that often? Or rather, who? Soho House is a members-only club for the elite, and a lot is kept secret. Nick Jones was friends with Harvey Weinstein, and Meghan was spotted at some of his events and with his wife. James Corden also had connections with Weinstein and Nick Jones. Meghan invited James Corden to her wedding and FaceTimed him for his TV show. Nick Jones is the founder of Soho House. However, Ron Burkle was its biggest shareholder. Burkle was friends with Diddy and was even on Epstein's list. Meghan called Marcus Anderson her partner in crime. The way they were posing for cameras was as if he were advertising her to someone. Her Instagram was also very suggestive. She'd pose in front of lingerie stores in bikinis and doing yoga. She also took topless selfies. She was photographed on a yacht with a bunch of girls, one of them being Karina Shuliak. She was Epstein's last girlfriend and his last phone call, which means she might have been a recruiter of women like Ghislaine Maxwell was. Ghislaine also had a yacht named after her. Many call Meghan a yacht girl. Someone who looks a lot like Marcus Anderson has been photographed on a yacht with Prince Andrew. It wouldn't be surprising if Marcus had known Prince Andrew before Meghan. Andrew's wife and daughters have been spotted with Soho House's Ron Burkle as well, and Marcus was part of Princess Eugenie's wedding. Meghan most likely knew Eugenie well before she met Harry. She also probably got with Harry while she was still with her ex. She was at Soho House Istanbul in April 2015, the exact dates that Harry was in that city as well. Harry was known for his raunchy, wild ways and would have been easy to lure by an experienced seductress like Meghan.
She suggested an alternative. Soho House at 7016 Street. It was her headquarters whenever she came to London. She'd reserve us a table in a quiet room. No one else would be around. The table would be under her name. Meghan, holding my shirt collar, was pulling me towards her.
I do think Harry's a wanker, but
well,
you know.
he seems to be, and it seems like that lady is a temptress. She's a siren into the rocks.
Meghan struggled.
It's just so funny, dude. Like, yeah, how does he get away with this stuff? Right, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Flashy ways, even after becoming a royal. She repeatedly broke protocol, wearing short dresses without tights.
I'm just being myself. So I think probably it was different several years ago where I couldn't be as vocal and I had renewed pantyhose all the time. Let's be honest, that was not very myself. But it is an example of when you're able to dress the way you want to dress and you're able to say the things that are true and you're able to show up in the space really organically and authentically. That's being comfortable in your own skin. And that's, of course, had different chapters in my life.
She wore a see-through dress for her official royal engagement photo shoot and a backless dress for her royal wedding reception. Marcus Anderson was, of course, present at her wedding. He was with Isabel May, who at the time was a teenager playing a high schooler on TV, the same age as the girl Andrew was famously photographed with. Prince Andrew was also present at the wedding, looking tense.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
Andrew looked annoyed in all his pictures with Meghan, actually. This picture seems to have been suppressed on the internet. What were they talking about? That year, Andrew got canceled. Megxit happened soon after. Did the monarchy think Meghan was a liability? Did Meghan know something? She seemed emboldened to go against the royal family, even publicly mock it. Meghan skipped the coronation ceremony of King Charles, and instead was papped hiking with Marcus Anderson. Marcus wore a yellow sweatshirt with the logo of Tamaqua and Algonquin Park on it. Tamaqua is a famous Canadian camp, the same camp attended by the maker of the American Pie movies, which features Eugene Levy. Eugene recently interviewed Prince William, who admitted to being a big American Pie fan. Eugene is also friends with Michael Budman, founder of the Tamaqua-inspired clothing line Roots. Marcus considers the Roots gang his favorite.
Yeah, this is where it gets really weird because I didn't even know about this comedy camp. That's like in American Pie. You know how they go to camp?
Yeah.
And
Or
that's
like
real
yeah.
camp for comedic artists or whatever. But go ahead.
No, just it's interesting that this dude is like cooked so hard. Like, who goes camping with their ex-husband or whatever? I mean, right? Like, that is weird as fuck.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. Like,
And staying for days on end with man that is not your husband. You know what I mean?
right? Like, without your husband, and it's not like she's earning him any like public notoriety either. So like her like sort of going around like this is sort of detrimental. So like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they would allow this. Honestly, I don't know why they would allow this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why they're showing like the Edward dude's like, fuck this shit, bro. Like, how are we supposed to manage this shit? But then I think also like she's ushered in by the Jays or something like
Yeah.
that. So it's like he can't stop her or whatever. Like what it seemed like.
It certainly does seem like she can't be stopped. Or,
Like
it's
the Epstein
they-
stuff. Like
Because that at this point, it's pretty obvious that she was for sale at some point. So, anyway. And like the whole thing of like how they met up in the Soho headquarters in London. And like it's just like has all the markings of like a prostitution encounter. Why would you have to be in a solo room without anybody else there and then like book a room under a different name? It's just like shit. And that so she went camping with that Marcus guy from the Soho Club, right?
right, who hooked her up with all the connections to get married to
Yeah.
Harry.
And he's never been in a relationship with her, supposedly. Right. And he might be gay. I don't know. It's like weird. Like you said, he's one of those guys that you were saying earlier that look like they do dudes or whatever. But she's doing the hike, like, or whatever camping trip as the coronation is going on of who is it? Charles. So it's like, oh well, Harry's over there at the coronation, and then she's over here with some other guy.
Yeah, I think a certain group of people is mocking the British royalty or whatever, or their control over it. This
Right.
is like what it seemed like to me, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got all these guys,
Of the
that are royals honeypotted or whatever.
Yeah, and Harry seemed like he was real easy to get, right? Barely any effort at all.
Right, and it's probably the same with the British. Also the same with the the Saudi Arabians. Right, like they have royal families and stuff, and
Right.
like bought out. Right, like I heard like they had like the Sultan of Brunei or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Joe Rogan used to talk about this a lot, right? Where he would talk about the Sultan of Brunei, how this
Having
dude would,
girls, like they would have the special call girl shipped in, right?
yeah, like he went to, like, he would have a club where it'd be all girls, where it would just be him, for him to talk to them. They would all be trying to get his affection. So he would have like this entire like ball or whatever, where it's like, you know, where he'd pick one girl, you know, or whatever. So the interesting stuff there.
Right. Because you're using that to like then entrap said royal.
Tamaqua-inspired clothing line Roots. Marcus considers the Roots gang his family, and Michael Budman was reportedly one of the special invitees to a secret Soho House meeting. Budman apparently has cabins in Algonquin Park, where Meghan and Marcus likely stayed. Marcus wore the Roots sweatshirt, while Meghan wore a sweatshirt reading, "Oui, mon chéri," meaning, "Yes, my darling." Meghan fondly blogged about her vacation at the park. So was the sweatshirt sending a subtle message to Harry while he was in the UK? Does Meghan love Marcus? Vampire Girl on X points out how Meghan's arm is around Marcus in this picture instead of her then boyfriend. Meghan and Marcus look like the couple here. Meghan added the hashtag love to her post with him. There's no picture of her kissing Harry publicly like that. They have a weird sort of dynamic that has been compared to another questionable couple. Many reckon that Marcus has a similar kind of control over Meghan. He's always with her, as if he's her handler or something. He's with her at events, at polo matches, at parties. He's everywhere. Even when it may seem like she's having family time with her kids or date night with her husband, Marcus is right there. There's speculation that he lives with Meghan and Harry in their Montecito mansion.
Right? Look at that. A literal third wheel.
I know that her needs require her to have the right to explore that territory. And if it means I have to sleep on the sofa a few days a week, then, so be it. That doesn't give you the right to call me a cuck.
Many wonder how Harry could be okay with Marcus always being around Meghan. Marcus has gotten close to Harry as well. Actually, Marcus and Harry have even appeared in public together without Meghan. Harry tends to be very close with his male friends, often looking happier with them than he does with Meghan.
Well, that's just a normal male attitude. I mean, obviously,
Healthy masculinity, come on, Wow, look at this next photo of healthy masculinity.
This movie is apparently based on Prince Harry. Of course, Meghan knows about Harry's personality and proclivities, and maybe she allows it like many do in Hollywood. What about?
Well, hold on now. That was just a Masonic little whisper in the ear. That wasn't anything gay, for sure.
And maybe she allows it like many do in Hollywood. What about their children? Meghan and Marcus Anderson recently appeared at the Balenciaga fashion show. She was heavily criticized for associating with a brand that has been embroiled in child exploitation scandals. Like a typical somatic narcissist who cannot change their ways, Meghan, the 40-plus mother of two Duchess, is twerking, grinding, and dropping it low for the camera.
First guest is a mother of two who played hot girl number one.
How traumatizing for a child to find their mother's inappropriate videos online. Brainwashed Harry, as ever, is enabling all this. Whenever he does snap out of it, she probably throws him some breadcrumbs. Meghan snubs Harry like she's icked out and not attracted to him at all. It's reminiscent of the way Melania treats Donald Trump. Many rich men seem to prefer such women, the sexualized somatic narcissist, lacking any real substance. How do such sleazy social climbing women bag such rich and powerful men? It's beyond looks. It's like they've bewitched or brainwashed them. Like there's a force bigger than them that has propelled them to the top over millions of other beautiful women. There were theories online that Meghan was a spy or an American agent sent to the UK to destabilize the monarchy. Actor Paul Bettany also told Jimmy Fallon that he thought Meghan is a US sleeper agent. There's even a book calling Meghan the greatest American spy. The royals have been part of spy scandals before. The royals have also been...
Yeah, look at this one. They're eager to distance themselves from
Nice. Well, that's just a part of the game.
part of secret societies, such as Freemasonry. During one of Meghan's last visits to the UK, she barely met any royals.
Yeah, look at this. What's this about? Why are all the kids doing it?
But she and Harry were pictured having a hush-hush conversation with the
What the
prominent
hell?
Freemason. And Harry
Yeah,
were
look at this. Is this
Yeah,
a
look
real
at this guy.
being or is it a skeleton?
Yeah, that guy looks like a straight up goblin, like straight up.
Yeah, so what were those
Meghan's
kids
last
doing?
visits to the UK.
What were those kids doing around the
He's got like
goblin?
that Templars, right? Cross on his thing, right? You see that?
Well,
He's got,
he's
like,
a
two of 'em.
Freemason. I think
Right.
that's like the Freemason.
Right, that's why they were showing it, right?
Yeah.
The two Templar crosses.
She barely met any royals. But she and Harry were pictured having a hush-hush conversation with the prominent Freemason Duke of Kent.
It's a secret society. They have been accused of all manner of dark deeds, but I know through my work.
Oh, brother. It's so secret the royals are part of it. Like what? Like what is this lady smoking, right?
Well, they'll never talk about the real like side of it, where it's like Aleister Crowley running around to all these different things and stuff like that, for the royals or whatever, or Seville or.
Yeah. Talk about like, just like, crazy like, sensationalism. Like this lady has to be like the top level, most mainstream, like, conspiracy disinfo person of all time. TNT. Wonder what channel this is. Today's News Talk.
But it's a British, right? It's like a British, like one of these like Sky News. Have you seen that out of Australia?
Right. Like she's presenting it in a way where she's like trying to distance Freemasonry from the royal family.
the
She's like, this is
royals,
a big scandal that they're involved with this person, that they were talking to this guy. Like, what planet do you live on, lady? Do you not know the history of Saxe Coburg Gotha or whatever? Or, that
Rothschild.
they're Rothschilds and all these people, they're Freemasons. They're literally part of the thing. Even the British Royal Society, right? So
there,
this
yeah.
crazy stuff. Like tons of
The
Freemasons.
British Royal Society is actually like it's so far back. They even go to they go back to the Salem witch trials and the hysteria that started it up. And that's actually linked to the rollout of the smallpox jab back then and how people didn't want to take it. And they used the witch trials as a sort of because the guy, the pastor, the preacher who was conducting the trials was a part of the British Royal Society as well. So he was also involved in medical research for the smallpox jab. And since people were averse to it, he was they created this whole witch trial scheme to get everybody on the same page regarding public hysteria, mass hysteria. That was the first documented case of mass hysteria. And then soon after that, people were like more eager to obey authority and take the smallpox jab. And it's very interesting that the smallpox cases, they spiked with the introduction of the jab. And this is like 1600s America, right? It's not something.
Oh, yes. Sounds perfect. I'm sure that there's no coincidence there at all. Maybe that's why they were trying to say they gave smallpox blankets to the Indians, is because they were actually giving that to the other people or something. I don't know.
They're giving jabbies to the whites.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and how do they make said jab? There's a document, pages upon pages of unsuccessful experiments, right? So they were trying to transmit the smallpox from, I believe, cow to human. And
hey, we was guinea pigs and shit.
They were trying all kinds, like they were fusing cow blood with human urine, cow blood with human semen, like things like that, and seeing like what
Hey, that can't be true. We only accuse Indian people of that. Okay, obviously that can't be something white people would do.
Yeah, well, how about, I don't know if this is white or Freemasons we're talking about at the moment, but yeah,
That's true. But don't worry, anybody can be a Freemason now. White, black, blue, aliens, amoebas, probably soon.
That's right. Inclusivity.
Probably the AIs are going to join Freemasonry too.
And the invisible guiding hand nationally and internationally, because behind the cloak of secrecy hides the potential for a multitude of sins.
There are also those Meghan voodoo theories online. It doesn't help that Harry admitted they keep a box of Diana's hair in their nightstand. Hair is believed to be a potent ingredient for spell work.
What is this?
It's Marilyn's hair.
My dad was literally going to do some crazy voodoo fish, and I was and I channel her.
Meghan is constantly attempting to channel Princess Diana. Anything to be a Spencer, or be with a Spencer. She was criticized for pretending to simulate Diana's car chase a few years ago, and now she's taken her creepy obsession to a new level by filming her Paris car ride near Diana's death site. That's morbid, just like the problematic brand she promoted that night, and she seems to defer to Marcus on everything. Where is he leading her? What's his end game for her? Why is he still so invested in her when her reputation is at an all-time low? Her perfectionist tradwife rebrand didn't take off because it isn't authentic to who she really is. This is the real Meghan. But she can't rely on her looks anymore. That's the struggle for somatic narcissists. Aging is more challenging for them than for most people. They tend to go overboard on diets and surgeries, trying desperately to hold on.
They got adrenochrome. They got adrenochrome for that.
More dead than ever. There's something very eerie going on. Meghan Markle is.
Oh shit! That's it. It just restarted.
They got adrenochrome for that though, so I mean, she's gonna be okay. We can rebuild her.
Hold on. Oh, yes. Oh, hello.
The hunter versus the prey.
I am pretty similar.
She's capable of anything.
Initially, Harry and Meghan's union. Princess Kate and royal weddings.
In their Netflix documentary, Meghan repeatedly insists that she was single when she met Harry.
Single!
And in their engagement interview, Harry makes it a point to say that they met in London in July of 2016.
She's very tactile, she's very seductive, and she landed him on the first night.
Called him that evening and I was
Great.
Could be just as good. I mean, I won't get any camp.
From the middle, causing the men trying to.
Yeah, this is funny.
Her agents and her publicists used to meet.
All about herself when it was supposed to be about various female archetypes. In her podcast, Meghan kept oscillating between championing women and whinging about being misunderstood.
Narcissists often oscillate from hero to victim mode. Hero mode.
Meghan was portrayed as a savior to the female victims from the Hub Community Kitchen just because she collaborated on a cookbook project with them.
Meghan always seems to find a way to make charity events about herself.
One only needs to Google Kevin Costner's charity event to see that Meghan pops up everywhere. Prince Harry was supposed to present an award to Kevin Costner at the A-list Stars charity event, but Meghan inserts herself in the middle of it. She hands the award over to Harry like he's a child, and she embarrassingly pushes him forward. Meghan suffers an awkward microphone blunder at the event. Meghan was not meant to give a speech, but she goes to grab the microphone from a woman's hand. That lady refuses to give Meghan the mic. And so does this man with the other mic. He offers the mic to Harry, but Harry hesitates and sort of indicates that he give the mic to Meghan instead. But the man just chuckles and clutches onto the mic for dear life.
At the Well Child Awards.
What the hell? What were those utterances? Like, what the hell? Like, he didn't just laugh at her. Like,
No. Somebody put that sound. Somebody put that sound effect in there.
oh, okay. I was like, what the hell?
That would be hilarious.
At the Well Child Awards, Harry helps usher the children on stage while Meghan stays put at her prime spot at the center of the group photo. Everyone scrambles to get off the stage after photographs are taken, but Meghan hesitates until she's the only one standing on the stage. Meghan Markle is being accused of stealing attention at the Invictus Games, not just from her husband Prince Harry, but also from the veterans participating at his beloved event.
Meghan Markle leading a march dressed in a wrinkled, extremely short romper. Why is she marching ahead of British veterans and leading them like she is their leader?
The Royal Road commenter says it's disgusting behaviour, but what she did was spot the young man in his wheelchair and immediately see the photo opportunity he presented. Without even acknowledging him, she squatted down behind his wheelchair and smiled manically for the press reporters following her around. The fact that she ignored the young man and his parents' carers is beyond rude and demonstrates her total ignorance of correct behaviour.
Similarly, biography claims Meghan Markle's charity trip to Rwanda didn't have
I like how this is all like
Meghan Markle.
robot voices and stuff. This is all like robot voices doing this. That's hilarious. She used Desolate Rwanda.
I don't know why I like that shit. Maybe I'm
No, it's really good. We should do content like this, like should have like robot AI shame celebrities or something.
Used Desolate Rwanda as a backdrop for a
Just
fashion.
like talk mad stuff about people.
Let's do it.
I've seen in my lifetime a lot of situations wherein celebrities.
That's essentially Drew's show, you know. Like, that's essentially what his show is. Like,
that's the inspiration I got. That's where I got it from. I'm gonna steal his material.
Poverty stricken, and they're wearing impeccable clothing. They themselves are wealthy, and it really feels like just a photo opportunity.
Here was a photo opportunity for Meghan at a charity event when she sees that someone has come in between her and the camera.
Well, first of all, let me say something. Like these charities are not gonna traffic children all by themselves, like without celebrity help. I mean,
why are all the ladies at these charity events in hijabs? Right, this is kind of weird, right? Like,
Because they're in Africa.
oh, okay, but like what specific Muslim country are they suffering? I don't know. I don't understand. Like, this is kind of weird. Like, it's only like, you know what I mean, right? Like, she's twice went to go help people out, quote unquote, and it's always been like these like weird like potato like hijabi ladies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are they struggling in Britain? Like, did Britain attack them? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, basically, they sent the military and disrupted everything. Then they swoop in to traffic the children around.
Well, I guess what Nero's saying is the truth, but I would say like the optics is like, oh, she's black, right? So
that's right.
She's trying to be black, like around like the black ladies.
She's trying to be Aisha Curry.
Yeah, Machine nailed it.
Yep.
Harry were accused of publicity stunt over their obviously staged Remembrance Day pics, standing on the graves of veterans. Meghan tends to make quite a show of being philanthropic.
The Archwell website landing page has a huge photograph of Meghan and Harry.
At the Power of Women charity dinner, guests were handed framed pictures of Meghan.
As the keynote speaker, Meghan spoke more about herself than the Young One World cause.
I'm so grateful to be in your company today. I was first invited to be a counselor at One Young World. I was probably a lot like each of you. And there I was a girl from Suits. I was surrounded by world leaders. I think I even saved my little paper place card, proof that I was there. I belonged. I was so nervous. What I was doing in the world, albeit important and meaningful as far as I saw in Young World, saw in me, my life had changed rather significantly.
Anyway, 54 times you mentioned herself in a 7-minute speech. Even I haven't done that in a speech. That gives you some idea of the scale of the Netflix narcissist.
For years, Meghan has been tooting her own horn about how she supposedly changed a commercial as a feminist child.
When I was 11 years old, there was a commercial.
We changed it from women all over America are fighting greasy pots and pans to people all over America.
So it was like, I was the little activist.
I'm gagging on the narcissism. Yesterday, she compared herself to Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela's granddaughter claims Harry and Meghan are using grandfather's legacy in new Netflix series. In an interview with The Cut, the Duchess of Sussex claimed a South African cast member from The Lion King said the nation celebrated her wedding just like they did Mandela's release.
He came and he knelt next to my seat and he took his hat off. And I just remember looking at him, he goes, "We appreciate everything you did for our country." It was the first time that I felt like someone saw the sacrifice. Because look, I tried so hard. Because I know you did. I know you did, man. I know you did.
You've had control of the media. You pay for paparazzi. You pay for publications and for PR. Don't act like you are the victim here.
Victim mode. I feel like Meghan's rebrand is just to say, I'm a victim. And she's about as far from a victim as you could possibly get.
And our culture of victimhood is really then a culture of narcissism. And Harry and Meghan are its perfect representatives because they are now king and queen victim.
Like, the media is obsessed with victimhood and identity, and because Meghan Markle checks off all those boxes, it doesn't matter that she's annoying. It doesn't matter that she's a narcissist. It doesn't matter that she's not really talented aside from being good looking. They still worship the ground she walks on.
When confronted with facts, Meghan Markle doesn't tend to take accountability.
I went, oh my God.
Meghan takes no accountability for her appearance on a game show.
I didn't like feeling forced to be all looks and little substance.
Forced? I have a question. Force implies force. That's what that word means. Is somebody chaining her to the set? And they're like, you need to be good looking and stand there for money. She's like, no, I will not do that. I'm much more than that. I am my brain.
Typical narcissistic.
By the way, you guys notice this with the or with that Anderson guy? She was at the ADL event, and now look who's
Shapiro,
you know,
right?
yeah,
Right.
yeah, look who's making media reports about her: Lauren Chen and Ben Shapiro. Right. Otherwise, she wouldn't be mentioned. Right.
Right.
So this is pretty interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Me, not my fault.
Wait, who you talking about? Anderson? What Anderson?
The
There was
guy-
the Marcus Anderson guy that
Yeah.
she appeared with at an ADL event.
Yeah. Yeah, and then then also she's being mentioned by Lauren Chen and Ben Shapiro. Like, I don't know what connection Ben Shapiro has with the ADL, but he's definitely like in there.
Well, Lauren Chen is a very suspicious lady too. She's definitely like that. She's a very, very, very
like a spy
spooky-
lady, like
Yeah,
the agent,
for
like
sure.
she's like Charlie's Angels or some shit, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, no, literally, like Pill Eaters, like followed her when she had no following, and she sucked somebody off for sure to get wherever she went. Like she's definitely been groomed to be like some sort of spy or something for sure.
Right.
Who, Lauren Chen?
Right, yeah, she's
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
came out being supported like a Russian spy shit, like involved
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a
yeah.
Russian
And you
shit.
can
And
see
Andrew,
if it is like a real, but you can see that there's been like facial plastic surgery done on Lauren Chen, right? Y'all can see that.
yeah,
right?
Andrew Wilson was like scared of her for sure.
Yeah, I haven't looked at her face too much, but yeah.
Yeah, but at a glance, you can. But that's like kind of like a typical. I don't know how to put it, but it's like
Yeah.
the look, the quote
Yeah.
unquote look.
Yeah, they all do like the fluffy shit, right? Where they fluff
Yeah,
up their face or whatever.
Yeah,
So they all
yeah.
do that. Bottom line, like
Yeah,
even Sarah
the Melania Trump.
yeah,
also.
even Sarah the Raging Tomato does that. So it's got to be pretty common, right? Because it's like
Also,
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand it. It's so weird, dude. So
Huh?
weird.
Yeah, it's like fluffy. Like they look fluffy. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, women do some really weird shit to their face. Like I don't get it.
It's not. It's. I don't even know if I should go into that here because I don't know how many of those are real women because it's like as a young girl, you're supposed to feel insecure that you don't look like that. But then as you're older, you realize that the surgeries are to look feminine. It's like to make the face appear more feminine in a lot of cases than it actually is. So if you're actually a girl, you don't have to worry essentially because the surgeries are trying to look like you, just like if you're a real man. I mean, I don't know how if you guys know, but of facial masculine, like what is that? Plastic surgery is highly popular, extremely popular, especially in Asia and probably the Middle East and shit, and even Latin America. So it's that they're trying to look like they're trying to get the jog, like the Zac Efron look. You guys seen that shit?
Oh well, he supposedly got into an accident or something. I don't know what happened to him, but
And then he grew a whole jaw.
Well, something like he had to have reconstruction surgery, and I don't know what happened.
It's like clearly an implant, you know. Like if you know, it's clearly a jaw implant.
Dude,
You can reconstruct
disturbing.
without introducing a jaw implant. You know, like who's buying that stuff?
That dude is so like I feel so bad for whatever happened to him.
For
He
that
looks so
dude,
weird.
like Meghan Markle had a career on yachts. Like basically, they're sold right on a yacht, and people pay a lot of money to like share people like celebrity bodies on yachts.
Yeah, that happens to a lot of people like that.
Well, Zac Efron is part of that, so obviously he's gonna have to have the look. It's just like this programmed look that actually it's ugly, but yeah, it's trying to imitate the masculine, but it's like failing miserably, or the feminine in this case. But you know, it's the fucking it's the look, and if you notice, most men hate it.
Yep.
At least
men
real life people hate it.
Men are really worried about those kind of things for sure.
What do you mean?
No, I mean like I don't know a lot of guys who are like, oh, this lady who got all this plastic surgery looks really good now. Like I don't know a lot. I mean, you know, very few guys I know are like that.
You guys are accusing us, like, oh, why are y'all doing that? Women are doing that to other women. Like, why are y'all doing that? Usually, that's the feedback I receive.
Well, I don't know about that, but I just know that like I don't know many guys who are like, this woman who got a bunch of surgery looks really good now than she didn't before. You know.
Well, no, it's more like it's like married men having to fork out money. I mean, like I'm just saying, like in real life scenario.
Yeah, you guys hear about Rachel Wilson?
No.
What?
Like he paid like $10,000. I'm like Andrew Wilson to like change her teeth. Like she got a totally like a whole new grill of teeth or whatever. And it's just kind of weird.
Yeah,
that's to me that's really weird to me. Like I've known people who needed that before, and like I can tell you like she did not need that.
Yeah. Because all she had is like a snaggletooth. You know.
Life. For a man, it's like, oh, I had to pay this much for her vanity or for her obsession, because she got it into her head that she had to have new boobs or she had to have like whatever. You know, I've never seen like a guy like it's
like honestly, I think Rachel Wilson looked fine before personally.
As young as like 16, 17 in Latin America, young girls were like blackmailing their parents like for boobs on their 16th birthday. Like this is my experience with plastic surgery in real life, right? Like it's not like it's something like a vanity object that I don't really see like men like telling their wife like, oh, if you don't go and get that $10,000 surgery, I'll break up with you tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but that sounds like something a gay dude would do. So,
like maybe it's like here's how I see it, it's like maybe it's the women who want it, because I could see because my wife has said stuff like that to me too, like, oh, I want this kind of surgery or something like that if we had a bunch of money. And I was like, I'd never let you do that. Right, so
yeah, I mean, I can understand that. Like, I mean, you know, even for myself, like, there's some certain things that, like, you know, I would love to improve upon. Not like aesthetically, but more like just physically or something, right? But like, honestly, I would never allow myself or anybody I love to do surgery unless it was absolutely necessary, because it's like it's so dangerous, and people always underestimate how dangerous it is. It's
irreversible. It's air fucking reversible.
Right.
Well, even like stuff that people think is necessary, a lot of it's not. They're like, oh, I had to go get this like triple bypass surgery or something, you know. But it's like, I mean, it's like, I don't know. That's a big gamble, you know. Like
a whole different subject, because the boomers have worked into the system for so long that a lot of them feel entitled to get their hip replacement or their knee replacement or their bypass. Like it's like the price to pay, you know, for working on. I mean, like that's the attitude I've noticed. I don't know how to explain.
Well, that's the thing is like there's never like a talk about like how to preserve your body by not like destroying it by working 40 hours a week for 40 years or whatever. So.
Well, we paid into the system so long. Now we want the reward, and the reward is like what you're saying, right? Allopathic surgery. I mean, I even this is so crazy, but in college, like I seen girls game the insurance to get a bypass, a gastric bypass. You know what that is?
Yeah, I knew a girl who from South Africa. She went to Turkey to do that.
Well, I'm saying like in America, like girls that were gaming their insurance, like getting their doctor to like write it.
Really? That's so weird. Like that's really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, like I can see like I don't know. I mean, because it's not necessary. It's not a necessary. It's not a necessary thing.
You know that you lose muscle. I mean, it's a vanity thing for sure. Because I'm saying that after that, your stomach is never the same again. You're never gonna be able to.
No, I knew a girl. Like the girl, she was overweight, but she was really good looking. She was like a weightlifter. You know what I mean? And she's very pretty. But then after she did that, she's like, "Oh, I'm really thin," and she looked just weird. You know, it's like
Ozempic. It was like the Ozempic.
Yeah, exactly. And like honestly, when she was overweight, she was like, but she was like in good shape. You know what I mean? Now she's like just like super skinny and looks like really bizarre
I'm
looking.
gonna say something that you guys might disagree with, but most women that get the surgery or men, I saw somebody in real life. It was a weird occasion, but I saw somebody across the street, and it was a male that had a Brazilian butt lift. You know what that is?
No, I don't know what that.
I'm not exactly
what is
sure
that?
what it. I'm not exactly sure the mechanics of it, but I guess this gentleman has chosen that he needed to acquire a larger derriere for
Correct.
whatever reason, for whatever purpose or end.
Well, it's like a attention whore type of thing. So, like the reason that I see both male and female get it is because they want the attention, but it's like a power trip. Like it's like, oh, look how many people looked at me on the street today, kind of thing,
That's to me that's just so weird, bizarre, dude. Like,
But it's also like a way to like they try to like finesse people in small things. Like, okay. So I knew a girl like this one time, and we were staying at an Airbnb, and it was like 230, and I was like, all right, let's pay. And she's like, wait, no. And then she like turned on a mode, like it was like a different mode, and then she's like, whatever, like revealing clothing or whatever. I'm not trying to judge. And then she's like, we could like trade, like we could make a trade for the rest, and like maybe we could pay a little. And then it was like this whole new thing that I had never really seen before, I guess, like that, where you mix like sexuality and like try to like gain the upper hand in the bargain or whatever. And to me, it's like, well, I don't want to show my boobs, and like okay, yeah, maybe we could trade for some of it, but like I'm not interested in that kind of attention.
Wait, don't you believe in female empowerment? I mean, that's empowerment.
I went home to my female roommates and I talked about it, and they're like, well, that's okay. Like, you have to be okay with that. You're prejudiced.
Connect you, but
oh shit. And yeah, don't you care about female empowerment? And in so many words. And they're like, well, if you have it, use it or whatever. And that's what you have to do, and then
if you don't use it, you lose it.
Well, I don't fucking know. Like, they were saying words like fierce and shit. Like, I don't, fuck it. I don't fucking understand.
The future is female and fierce, and transgender as well.
But you get it, right? So it's like, it's about like gaining upper hand, and there's like, this is in a small rural part of Mexico. Like, there was a lady that she like, it's so fucking petty. It's so petty, but it's like an indigenous family had moved into the city, and then like the wife had to go away to the village for something, And one of these type of like whatever siren type plastic surgery-esque ladies, she like quote unquote seduced. I mean, it takes two to tango, right? But she like seduced the husband and like got with him in that little time that the wife was gone. For guess what? In return, like some like pieces of wood. Like she wanted like 10. She wanted like 10 pieces of like good wood for her house that she was building. And like that's how she decided to get it, right? And like, you know, whatever, the wife forgave the husband or whatever, but man, what a fucking like.
Well, the best way to pay off a house cash is to do OnlyFans. I think that's the new meme that they're pushing to women now. So.
Yeah, well, they're coming for all of your husbands, right? Husbands, wives, whoever, children also.
That's right. I sent you a video if you want to share it, and we can review it a little bit. It might be live, but it might be live right now. But if it is, you can just go all the way back. I sent it to your Discord. So.
I think it is live.
You can back it up to like 5 or 10 minutes in. I want to show you. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of this because this is like. You have to share your screen again, though.
Yeah, just a moment. All right, I'm sharing.
Okay. How many minutes in is that? Ooh. Yeah, just back it up to like right there, right there.
Right after her, like whatever her ads or whatever.
Yeah, her intro. Yeah, her intros are good, but I know Machine has to go soon, so I just wanted to show him a little bit of this because.
United States Trump has emerged as the unlikely champion of peace in Gaza and Israel's survival. An NBC News report on the reaction inside Israel to the peace agreement included a billboard sponsored by Friends of Zion who proclaimed Cyrus the Great is alive. That's not just a slogan, it's a statement of fact. Those who know their Bible will understand that Cyrus, the ancient Persian king who allowed the Jewish exiles to return to their homeland and rebuild the temple in Jerusalem after their captivity in Babylon, was not the leader the Jews would have chosen. He was not the man the world expected, but he was the one God used to change the course of history. In 2025, Trump has played that same role. When others hesitated, he acted. When the world doubted, he delivered. From moving the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem to brokering the Abraham Accords and now to this peace deal in Gaza, Trump has done more for Israel's security and future than any leader in living memory. Oh, that's a hot sentence. Peace, especially in the Middle East, never arrives by accident. It takes clarity, courage, and someone willing to push the boulder uphill when the world says it cannot be done. The ceasefire offers space to breathe. The hostages coming home is an answer to our prayers, and accelerating aid to civilians in Gaza is a moral imperative. The plan for new independent governance, free from the poisonous grasp of terrorists and supported by regional partners who reject terror, creates the first real opportunity in years to replace the culture of hatred with one of dignity, responsibility, and hope. Let's go to the next page here. Make sure it's loading. There we go. All right. But peace that lasts is not just about laying down physical weapons. It is about what we teach our children. The path forward is not more hatred. It is about education and a commitment to truth. Just as post-war Germany had to confront and overcome the poison of Nazi ideology, so too must the region and the world reject the lies that fuel terror and hate. Peace on paper is only the start. The moral test now falls to all of us, especially in the United States. Since the Hamas atrocities of October 7th, we have witnessed a new wave of Jew hatred in America that I never imagined in my lifetime. It has poured onto our streets, our campuses, and across social media. Anti-Semitism is no longer hiding as it once did behind closed doors and in hushed conversations. Today, it is shouting in broad daylight. My life's mission to defend the Jewish people was forged in the fires of personal suffering. I'm not here to sit here and wax poetic, because the rest of that is just a bunch of personal nonsense. Okay, so I don't really care about the personal anecdotes, but please understand something. And I don't care if I lose subscribers.
What the hell? I did not know that was her.
So much, Jim, for that $20 super chat. Thank you. That just popped up a little.
Yep.
Doing exercises. Thank
Holy
you.
smokes.
I don't care if I lose subscribers over any of this stuff. I am a Christian. I do believe in God.
She's a QAnon.
in Jesus Christ. I believe
She's in a QAnon cult.
No, she's against QAnon, allegedly.
down with the stuff that
No, she's not. She just
do not get down with
stated
false
her whole belief system is based on QAnon.
I don't push this stuff on you guys. You know why? Because I understand.
But I
that
guess, I don't know, weird.
today,
We'll pause it for 1 second, really quick, because what she's been exposing lately is that QAnon is basically like a Scientology, OTO, Freemason, Jewish thing. So I don't know exactly what's going on. So
She might be gatekeeping the subject because it's like
could be for sure.
Yeah,
But I just tell you that because like that's kind of what this whole thing is about. This whole thing that she's about to cover.
How many of the conspiracy channels are linked to QAnon now? Right, Crow 777, right, is like pushing the Tartarian thing, right? She's pushing.
Well, the occult rejects were heavily grooming her, and I think she figured out or something to like get away from them. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but they're definitely all tied to like Dyer and Rowe, or I don't know exactly who,
but maybe
someone
that's
like
why
that.
she wants to say like Scientologists are running everything because it's like not the Jews or whatever, or she wants to like. She clearly wants to cover up the Jewish thing. She's proved that just with this one statement she's made.
What did you say? What did she say that's about QAnon? I didn't catch that. I must not have caught that.
She said that Trump's done a lot for Israel with the Accords, and that this is God's plan, and that Cyrus and Trump are the same figure.
I think she was just reading. I think she was just reading something. I don't think she's like she agrees with it.
Yeah, but right after that, she said, "I agree with this." She didn't quite say I agree with this, but she said, these are my beliefs, and she said, she said, I don't care if I lose subscribers over this. So maybe she'll say that she hates everything that's said. Yeah, maybe like we need to play this for.
I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know, because I've never heard her talk explicitly about like Israel or Jews. So that's kind of interesting. I've never actually heard her stance on that. So let's see what it says. Yeah. Maybe she's a Protestant. I don't know.
So I back it up and play it again.
No. Just keep going. Let's just see. Yeah.
this week for a reason, and it's deserved and it's embarrassing. So I don't push that stuff on people. But you guys got to understand that these things that are being said about Trump being Cyrus the Great, this is some heavy stuff. This is prophecies being.
We talked about that 2 years ago.
Whether people like it or not.
So yeah, she just said it is a prophecy.
Let's get
So
into some of the more interesting things that have.
so
to
yeah,
do
she believes in QAnon.
Well, I don't think she's agreeing with it. I think she's saying that they're tapping into it. I could be wrong, but I don't know. Let's see.
I don't know. She just said Trump is Cyrus, and that is prophecy. So I don't know how she could walk that one back, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Let's see, because I'm confused now. I'm confused.
I think now Jack wants to believe it.
Well, I want to believe that. I want her to. I want to believe that she's noticing that it's like a psyop, but I don't know if that's what she's saying or not. So.
Are you noticing her lip filler though? That's the question.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, for sure.
We were just talking about.
So we're on the same page about that.
Looks really frozen. Bee sting.
Who is John Mappin?
I don't really trust people that have lip filler.
And now I
Yeah,
got
me too.
on my
Me too.
side. Hold, please. Let me. Dang it! The stupid little window up here. So I helped my friend.
Well, if you notice, like the Pam Bondi, the lady at the border, I forget the name. And then the wife of Bezos, all of them had that same look. They all
Well, they're all Scientologists too, probably.
but I don't know what's up with that. Like, why is that like the new approved adult mature female? Like it's like everything but, like why is that what the mother of a child looks like? What the fuck is going on?
Don't take their culture away.
And Charlie Kirk start Turning Point UK. The late Queen loved his Christian values. Businessman and hotelier John Mappin reveals details of a royal briefing at Windsor Castle and how the activist's death has changed Britain from September 17th, 2025. And let's scroll down. How far do we get? So John Mappin last saw his great friend Charlie Kirk in May. It was a fine night, and after supper at the Mandarin Hotel in Knightsbridge, the two men decided to go for a stroll in Hyde Park. Let's go to the next page. Load for me, thank you. All right, so Charlie had these two guys with him who definitely looked like they were ready to do what was needed, recalls the businessman and heir to the Mappin and Webb jewelry family, who was one of the original financial backers, of Turning Point UK, the British arm of the student organization founded by Kirk in 2012. He had only started having security fairly recently, but now always traveled with bodyguards. Perhaps it was their presence, the assassination attempts on Donald Trump, or the increasing amount of heat the 31-year-old commentator, a devout Christian whose viewpoints on gender, race, and abortion enraged liberals, was getting in both the US and the UK as his profile rose, but for whatever reason, the subject turned to death. We discussed it, and here's the thing. He wasn't fearful, says 60-year-old Mappin. He wasn't afraid of dying at all. I've been thinking about that a lot since last Wednesday, and I am sure that's a quality people who are aware of their own eternal nature have. For Charlie, his Christian faith gave him that. On Wednesday, September 10th, Kirk was speaking at an open-air event at Utah Valley University when he was hit in the neck by a single bullet. Well, that's to be determined. Videos of his assassination went viral in the immediate aftermath, some more graphic than others, and when Mappin clicked on the first link he was sent by a colleague in Washington, he thought there still might be hope. I was with my 10-year-old son when I first opened the link, without thinking. Thankfully, I managed to turn it off before Caspian saw anything. I told him to go downstairs. Then I watched it, and in that first video, it looked as though it might have been survivable. I don't know how you would draw that conclusion. He pauses. A few minutes later, the second video came out. That one was close up. It was just awful, and yeah. And let's go to the next one. And if you watched my last Schizo clip, obviously I included this because this was when they went to Jerusalem in 2019. Sitting beside his Kazakhstani wife, Irina, in a private room at London's Connaught Hotel. For anyone that doesn't know, Connaught Hotel is where the process had their original headquarters, yeah. Mappin falls silent with the expression on his face telling me everything that yeah fails to convey. That the attack obviously wasn't survivable, that his friend was gone. A suspect, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, was taken into custody and has now been formally charged with aggravated murder. He could face the death penalty if convicted. The funeral is to take place this weekend with the likes of Trump, J.D. Vance, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and Tucker Carlson due to attend, and the couple will fly to the U.S. to see Kirk's widow, Erica, at the end of this week. Her grief, Mappin says, is impossible to imagine, and it will be so hard. So sorry if I get a bit. Mappin warns as his eyes lose focus and his hand starts to shake. I'm usually pretty. I consider myself quite thick-skinned. I've been around the block, but since their first meeting in 2018, when they were introduced by a mutual American friend, barely a week went by without a text message or a call between the two men. Irina and Erica had also forged a firm friendship, with the two couples even holidaying together in Jerusalem in 2019. Mappin, who is one of Reform UK's most prominent supporters, has a great interest in American politics and had done a lot to assist with Trump's election campaign in 2015 and 2016, as he puts it. Because I always saw Trump as a great peacemaker, he says, and I felt we needed someone who was going to take America by the reins. When that mutual friend made him aware of Kirk's work, Mappin was fascinated by this dynamic Illinoisian's ability to connect with young voters. I called him and said, listen, Charlie, you've got to come over and duplicate this in England. I know lots of people here who are fed up to the back teeth with what's going on in the schools and universities. They're quite worried about the state of British culture. Here, he breaks off with an aside. Now, I want to make something very clear. I love all the other cultures. I travel a lot. I enjoy going to other countries, but I do value our culture. Is that allowed? He asked Riley. Nigel Farage had also been urging Kirk to set up some kind of UK equivalent to Turning Point, and when Mappin convinced him to come to London in December 2018 so that he could throw him an introductory party at the RAC Club and launch Turning Point UK at the same time, the 20 or so people he had planned to invite quickly mushroomed to nearly 200. Robin Burley, the businessman and nightclub impresario, said he wanted to give a dinner at his club, 5 Hertford Street, afterwards, and Zach and Ben Goldsmith wanted to meet Charlie. And then I got this call from George Farmer, he goes on, referring to the British American entrepreneur, who went on to become Turning Point UK's first chairman, and who was introduced to his MAGA firebrand wife, Candace Owens, by Mappin at the event. Watching Kirk speak that night was like an awakening for people, explains Irina. Mappin agrees that Charlie lit a touch paper, adding, he did something to the British. It was spiritual, he insists, when I asked how he would describe his late friend's appeal. And he was completely committed, spiritually committed, to the idea of free speech. He also had a certainty of his own immortality that was palpable. When you were around him, you knew that you were dealing with a being that was operating on a spiritual plane. Charlie had a relationship with Christ that was unashamed and so refreshing. Shortly before Charlie's arrival, our friends Lord and Lady Plunkett, who co-hosted
So,
the
I mean, I can't really,
Queen and Prince Philip about
gather
Turning
much here.
Point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she's putting an emphasis on certain things that goes along with her previous statement, right, of supporting QAnon. So I don't know. I am highly confused at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting this to go a different way.
Right. Like,
But
I don't exactly know.
thought you would expose Erica Trump past or something like that. Not Erica Trump.
Well, so this guy that she's talking about is a Scientologist. He introduced Candace Owens to her husband, who's a part of the British royal family. So
yeah,
that's what's so weird about it. And it's all QAnon, and he's the QAnon king of England and shit.
So, but she's against Scientology, right?
Yeah, big time. She had some sort of personal vendetta against it.
Her message, because so far she seems to be fangirling over Charlie, and then saying
no, definitely not. I don't think so.
Charlie said that Trump was a great peacemaker and all that.
Yeah, she definitely kind of said Trump's a great peacemaker or something like that. I don't know.
Well, twice, right? Because she said it and then she supported it. She supported that with Kirk saying it. So
yeah, I gotta go back and like I said, she's putting emphasis on certain things that seems to line up with the previous statement. So I don't know why she's going down this road. And she also said, I don't care if this makes me lose subscribers. So it seems like she really is saying that, right? But yeah, So I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, I'm gonna go get ready for my show. And you guys just stay here and do this if you guys want. I mean,
Let me know. Are you covering stuff or are you doing music?
it's just the same thing from Tuesday, right? So it's like a bunch of, it's like Mark's, Marcusa, right? A bunch of stuff from who is it again? Shit, I think I'm doing reading some stuff from Scribina. I also got 2 pieces on Marx and Hegel. So I got a bunch of stuff lined up for the Tuesday shows. It's an expansion of like I'm doing a little thing on like Hegel and then Marx. So it just goes with the thing, exposing them.
Yeah. Well, I found out something recently that like the OTO is like connected to like Swedenborg, and like they combined shit like that. So
yeah, he's OG in the whole thing. Like a lot of this stuff comes out of Blavatsky and Swedenborg, especially the whole messianic stuff, right? Because they were huge proponents of this New Age stuff, right? That's where Hegel fits in because he's a big like New Age guy, right? So yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess we can end it now, Anna. Or I don't know if you have to go or not.
Let's end it. Let's support Machine Show.
Very cool. Sounds good.
All the best.
Yep. Namaste.
Yeah, blessings, guys. Yep.